What's up, Kobe Sharp, 5th grade teacher from Michigan. Welcome to my channel where I try to help kids fall in love with reading. This is one of my books around the room video. And in this video, I'm going to take you around my classroom. I'm going to show you all of the books my 5th graders are currently reading 1/4 of the way through the school year. We're about to end the first marking period. Let's do this. First up, we have this table of readers, the 13-story treehouse. None of my kids had really heard about this series this year, so an easy sell to kids. This kid has just been devouring Jared Lerner's Engine Nerds books and needed something new and fun. Next, I recommended this series and he is all about it. I see him reading all, I think 10 books in the series. Very exciting. Bigger Than a Bread Box, one of my favorite books. I haven't read this book in a while. I haven't had kids read this book in a while, but a kid is reading it and it makes my heart so happy. If you haven't read this, holy smokes, it is an amazing magical realism book that your kids will love. I Survived. I asked the kids to try to read a couple of historical fiction books during the school year. For the kids who maybe aren't super interested in it, they can dip their toes in with the I Survived books. And this is the Tsunami Japan 2021. The Awesome Friendly Adventures. I don't think my kids had really heard about this either. They're obviously aware of the Wimpy Kid books. The new Wimpy Kid book has just recently come out, so there's a lot of buzz about Jeff Kinney and his work, so it's fun to see a kid trying this one. I actually read this book aloud to kick off the first year we came back from the COVID shutdown. Just wanted something fun and to kind of just get him back into enjoying a story. This was a great book to read aloud. I forgot about that. I should think about reading it aloud again. And finally, the graphic novel that has taken the classroom and the world by storm, The First Cat in Space Ate Pizza by Mac Barnett and Sean Harris. It is just one of the funniest things ever. There's some really cool videos that they made before they made the book that kind of led to the creation of this book. So if you haven't seen those, check those out on YouTube. Just search The First Cat in Space Ate Pizza. I think there's like 13 or 14 episodes. We watch one a week in class, and the kids are so excited about it every single Wednesday. Here at this table, we have a kid reading The Hunger Games. He's seen the movies. His mom's read the book. He's like, I want to read it. I had a great reading conference with him yesterday. He's really digging it. Able to think of some things that he could work on as he's reading it. Oh, I forgot to grab this book. And I'm excited to see where it goes. It's fun to like listen to him read a couple pages. I haven't been in this world in a long time. Oh, my reader is almost done. He's made his way from book 1 in the Hilo series and just worked his way through. He's now on book 8 and almost done with that. I think there's a new one coming out during the school year and he's not happy about waiting because he hadn't read this series until the first 8 came out. So he's just been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's gonna have to wait soon. That's a bummer. This kid just picked this up at the library, Sir Ladybug and the Bookworms. I think he's read the first 2 and now he's excited to read the 3rd one. Sticker Girl. This girl was wanting to read some fantasy chapter books and I gave her just a whole bunch of different options and I kind of talked her through each one and gave her some time to look at that preview stack, and from there she picked Sticker Girl Rules to the School. I love this series from Janet Tashian. The Odds Won Out, the first sequel. So this is book 2. This is like a YouTuber comic guy. I knew nothing about this person until this kid started reading this book, and I had a reading conference with him this week and he was telling me all about it. And he read a couple pages. I was like, this guy sounds really cool. So, you know, learn something new every day. That seems like a fun series. The Wild Robot. Oh, this kid just read all of Alana K. Arnold's Bat books. I think there's 3 books in that series, and he really loved those, and now he's on to The Wild Robot. So he's just killing it this year, just reading a bunch of awesome books. Makes me super excited. And Ground Zero, Alan Gratz's book. This one was in our book fair, and our librarian picked up a few copies, and the kids are just really digging it. I book talked this. I might have even done first chapter Friday on this early in the year, and a bunch of kids were excited about that. Gabe in the After by Shannon Dulesky. This is on my list of awesome 2022 books. I'll put a link to that list down in the description if you want to see my favorite books of the year. One of the easiest books to book talk. It's just so easy. The kids are just all about it instantly. This kid is living 2 years after a pandemic, like an even worse pandemic than COVID. He's in like a small, I guess, like vacation type town in the northeastern region of the United States in New England. And they went to like this island, the kids who were not getting sick, the people who were not getting sick. And there's only like 13 or 14 of them left. And they don't know if they're like the only people left on Earth. Like they think like everyone else may have died. It's fascinating how they're trying to live and survive, and the kids are like, what? I have to read that book. Or if an island, I haven't had a kid read this in a couple years. Oh, I love this book so much. Yes, kids are reading such amazing books. If you watch any of these videos, you'll notice that a lot of the selections that they're reading, it's changed so much in 9-10 weeks. It's amazing. But this book's story of this island and these kids live on it together. There's a kid like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And every year a boat comes with a young child, maybe like 3 or 4. And then the oldest child gets on the boat and leaves, and no one knows where the kid comes from. No one knows where the kid goes to. Oh, it's so stinking good. Oh, I can't wait to talk to her about the ending. Next up, Lisa Phipps, Stargirl. We read this book aloud. The kids loved it. Lots of tears, lots of hearts, just absolutely changed forever. And a kid instantly wanted to read it again, which makes my heart happy. And our first read aloud of the year was The Strange Case of Origami Yoda, which is right there. And this kid has worked his way all the way through the series, and he's going to finish the last book in the series today or tomorrow. I love when read aloud sparks additional reading. It makes me so stinking happy. We got a kid reading a biography. Have you seen these I Am series? They're very popular in our third grade classroom in our school. So it's fun to see that kids are still reading them here in 5th grade. So I have a reader reading this, and she's also reading Titanic, Disaster at Sea. Titanic, one of the most popular topics in nonfiction for kids forever. Strange Case of Origami Yoda, Book 3, Secret of the Fortune Wookiee. This kid's making their way through the series, which makes me so happy. I'm a character in this book. Check out page 117 if you haven't read it. All right, I think that's right there. Wings of Fire. This kid is like, I'm going to read them all, Mr. Sharp. There's like 15. I'm going to read them all this year. And he is working his way through book 1, and he tells me everything about it. It sounds pretty good. I haven't read these. Sounds awesome. Lord of the Rings. I think we talked about this the last one. The kid is making his way through it. He's trying to, get through it. He's trying to, I said a lot of mumbly words there, but he's digging it. He sits with me. He often asks me what words mean. I'm like, I don't know. We try to find some context clues, or we just Google it, but he's really understanding it. And I don't know if I could understand this book. So way to go, reader. And then How to Steal a Dog by Barbara O'Connor. Her books are really, really popular this year, especially How to Steal a Dog, and especially Wish. They are making the rounds, and because they're amazing, and her books are fantastic. We have one table to go. Okay, the last group here, we have Try Out, this amazing graphic novel written by Christina Soontornvat, illustrated by Joanna Cacao. I think I said that right. I might not have, so sorry if I mispronounced that. One of the best graphic novels, if not the best graphic novel of 2022. This is also on my list of awesome 2022 books. Be sure to check this one out if you haven't already. Ground Zero by Alan Gratz. We talked about it a little bit before. That opening chapter, oh, so stinking awesome. Just to think about like all of the stories of people's lives and how they could have been different if they would have done something different that day. You must read this book. It's the way the two stories come together at the end blows my mind. This series, the Click series, has been one of the most popular graphic novel series in my classroom this year. And there's a bunch of them now. So if you don't know the series, check it out. It is rocking my 5th grade classroom. History Smashers. I'm so happy this kid is reading this. I love seeing the nonfiction being read. He recently told me all about it, and he keeps telling me other things that he knows about this topic. It's awesome, phenomenal, fantastic. The War I Finally Won. This kid read the first book last year, and she's reading this one now, and she seems to have some really good things to say about it. And I did a reading conference with her recently. Oh, I love this book so much, and the reader is awesome as well. And Swing and Sunny, another amazing graphic novel series. Now that we have a few of them, it's fun to see the kids really fall in love with it. So those are the books that my 5th graders are reading. I hope the readers in your life are reading awesome things. If you have any awesome books up there that are really popular in your classroom, let me know down in the comments so I can add them to my to-read list and possibly add them to my classroom to get these kids excited about reading. Let's go.